Hey y'all, how are you doing? I'm really great. Thank you so much for asking. I made a commitment to myself that instead of going back and forth with people in comments, that I would just come on here and address it and make it content. Cause arguing with people on the internet, is psychologically depleting, but coming on here is fun. All right, so I made the video yesterday about Paige and Chris, right? And I make those videos. I come on here, I talk to y'all like I always do. I put it in the newsletter, and then I also put those videos up on YouTube on my second channel, which is really small, and I don't have a desire for it to be big. I just put them up on YouTube. Now, because everybody wants to talk about Paige and Chris, a lot of people have been finding that video, and I did reposted on the For Harriet channel, but a lot of people just organically have been finding the video because it's showing up in their recommended, or I don't know, people are sharing it or whatever, right? And more than a few people are like, I watch your other videos. Why are you coming on here wearing this? This is gross. This is sad. This is so desperate. Do you need clicks this bad? And I just thought, you know what? Let's talk about it. So many people are finding that second channel. I did not make that second channel for it to be as big as the For Harriet channel. I just made it because I wanted a space to be free. And that is why I come on here from my bed wearing whatever I wore to bed and just talk about whatever. And honestly, why do I sometimes come on here in lingerie? Because I want to. That's it. There's no deep philosophical answer. It's basically because I want to. I feel like I am in a space where I have earned the privilege to be as free as I want to be. I'm not worried about getting a job. I'm not worried about people not liking my videos. I'm not worried about people passing judgment. I'm just me, and I'm here. And I will always talk about, I'm going to be 32 next month, and I'm so excited about it. And I just feel like I am at the best age. I feel like this is the best age. A year ago, at the beginning of 2020, a switch literally flipped in my mind where I was like, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do. And that's it. And it was like, I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to enjoy my body. I'm going to have amazing sex, even though there's a pandemic, so I'm not really having amazing sex, but I am having amazing orgasms because you know what? I only get one life and I only get one body. And what is the use of being here on this planet, experiencing this life, if I am not living it to the fullest every single day? And sometimes that means making a video in a bra. And sometimes that means making a video, I'm sorry, still sick. Sometimes that means making a video in a blazer. And sometimes that means being more honest about the shit that's going on in my romantic life. And it means being really honest about the fact that I'm almost 32 years old and I have adult acne and I spend a lot of fucking money every month, trying not to break out. And, it means, being honest about the fact that I have a 9-centimeter fibroid that I'm going to have to get removed. It just means being completely free and feeling like I can be 100% multifaceted Kim because I've earned that right. I've earned it. And I feel like I'm not ashamed of my body. I've talked before about having horrible, life-altering body dysmorphia for 20 years. Couldn't enjoy sex because I hated my body so much. Even when I was thin. Little waist. What waist, right? Hated my body, was trying to overcompensate by wearing, the super tight dresses and, hated my thighs and hated my cellulite and my boobs are too small. And it's and I just don't feel that. I feel so unencumbered by that right now that I'm just going to enjoy it and celebrate it. And my tits are not perfect and one is bigger than the other. And I have cellulite and I have a stomach. And it's and you're gonna fucking love it. it. And I want the space to be every single part of myself, right? So for the decade that I've been making stuff on the internet, I was trying so hard to prove to people that I am smart and I'm articulate and I'm well read and I went to Harvard, but yeah, I decided to make videos, but I'm still smart, right? And I am all those things, but I'm also the other thing. I made that video about what I went through in the blizzard, and somebody was like, "You sound like an airhead." And I was like, sometimes I am an airhead. Sometimes I am flighty. Sometimes I am focused on the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's all Kimberly. Like, that is all me. And I just am not going to try to hide those things for fear that people are going to talk shit or think differently of me. Right? If you want perfectly professional buttoned up Kimberly, there's hundreds of videos on the For Harriet channel where you can get perfectly professional buttoned up Kimberly. Hundreds. Literally. Right? There's 10 years of public work. There's published pieces in The Guardian. There's mentions on NPR and New York Times, right? It's Kimberly informed. Like, if you want, okay, perfectly put together outward facing Kimberly, I can show you where you can find that. You're not necessarily always gonna get that here, and I am definitely gonna be unapologetic about taking up that space here. What else? I feel like I am not building a brand. First of all, I don't even really, I feel sexy. Like I said before, like I do feel sexy. Like I do feel like really good. And like, I was looking at myself today like, bitch, you are killing it. Like, but that's not what I'm building this brand off of. I'm not building a brand off my body or being cute, right? Like, I feel now, I feel confident and I feel comfortable. I'm having the most fun I've ever had in my life. I'm having the most fun I've ever had in my life. And we're in a pandemic. And I want everybody to be able to feel that, even with the Negro drama, even with the curse of heterosexuality, still having the most fun. And I feel like I encounter, because I've had so many conversations with so many Black women over these past 10 years that I've run for Harriet, I feel like so much of what we do and how we comport ourselves and how we navigate the world is dictated by fear. Fear of being judged, fear of not being liked, fear of not being picked. And I am just, at almost 32 years old, refusing to be run by fear. And I want everybody, I just wish everybody could have that. But I understand that I'm able to occupy this space and choose to be flighty Kim and airhead Kim and boobs out Kim because I'm enormously privileged. There are lots of things that I just don't have to worry about. But now that I don't have to worry about it, I'll take advantage. That's really how I feel about it. And I also recognize that I might look back on Kimberly from bed in lingerie in 10 years and be like, girl, what are you doing? The same way I look back on stuff that I wore and did 10 years ago, like, Kim, oh my God, like, what? But I don't regret it. I might be like, oh my God, that was cringe. That weave, for real? Like, really? That wig? But I don't regret it. I had to do it to know not to do it. And that's, the process of getting older. It's the process of maturing and learning and figuring your shit out. And I feel good about it. So that's it, right? I'm not worried if you have lost respect for me because you saw me in a bra. That's it. All right, let me go through some of these comments. Black women are literally expected to be perpetually struggling, even when we've worked hard not to. Yeah, I think that there's an element of it takes people by surprise when Black women are not struggling, but I think it also takes people by surprise when Black women are just refusing to be confined to any kind of box. You know, it's like I'm fucking reading Camus in French right now, and I'm also gonna come on here and talk to you about Paige and Chris on Married at First Sight. And it's the multiplicity. Is that the right word I'm looking for? Anyways, I'm a multifaceted human being. You know? And we get to be that. Someone on the Married at First Sight video said they want you to be a Savage Fenty ambassador. Now, I don't know if I'm going to go that far. But yes. The real question, where do you get your bras? Most of them come from ASOS.com. Therapy is helping me to arrive to this same space, and it's a beautiful place to be. Yes, and let me just say this. I feel, because, look, I've had some issues. You know what I'm saying? I have all kinds of issues. I've had anxiety and depression and gone through some real shit in my life. And so I recognize that every phase of my life is a phase. And this phase is a great phase. But I don't expect this phase of my life to last forever. But I do know that I am not going to do the thing where I am so worried every day. Oh my God, when am I gonna feel bad again? And when am I gonna be insecure? And he's cheating on me and all that. Like, I am not going to run myself crazy anticipating the end of this phase where I feel good and great and confident. I'm going to live in it. I'm going to be present in it. And then when the next phase comes where I'm not feeling so great, or when I feel a little depressed or consumed by anxiety, or some shit crumbles, or I get sick, or a family member gets sick, I'll be able to handle that too. I just really want to be fully embodied. I think it's dope how you're embracing your body. But I was wondering, if a bigger boob person did that, how would people in YouTube react? I mean, I don't know how people would react, but I'm gonna say it's not a privilege to not have boobs. like I have no boobs. It's not a privilege. I mean, literally, like, not even an A cup. So, like, it's not, it's like, it's hard to find bras. You know, like, I get it, but I just want to say that, like, I'm repping for the people with huge asses and no tits. I feel pressure to get a boob job every day. Do you think boycotting feminism is the right thing to do due to lack of POC issues in feminism? Black women are feminists, and Black women have always been feminists, and I think that you can boycott white feminist spaces, but Black women, women of color, Indigenous women have always had their own movements for gender equity and gender equality. So I think that we should gravitate, if the whiteness of mainstream feminism is your issue, then gravitate to the women of color feminists who are doing the work and who have been doing the work for many decades. I love having small boobs and it's comfortable. I mean, I definitely think that there's like, okay, so like the small boob privilege thing. So I don't worry about offending people with my boobs, right? But at the same time, like, most clothes are made for people who have boobs. Bras and clothes and, you know. At almost 42, I've learned that every age is the best age because you have things to learn at each stage in life. Well, I'm going to say, I've had some bad ages. I've had some bad ages. You know, I'm going to say, what is it? I'm going to say 25, 26 to like 29 was not the best age. Those are not the greatest ages. It was hard. There's something about late 20s. I loved SZA's Control album. I just think it's a brilliant album, and I feel like we don't talk about it enough in the pantheon of Black women's like musical expression. But I loved SZA's Control because I really think that she really got to the heart of what it means to be in your late 20s when you are a full-grown woman and you're responsible for everything that happens in your life, but you're still like, what the fuck am I doing? I hate my body. I'm insecure. These niggas aren't calling me back. Like, why is it like this? I need some help, but everybody assumes that I'm supposed to have everything together. Like, that was what the late 20s were for me. It was not the best time. Early 20s were great, and late 20s, yeah. Early 20s were fun, because early 20s, it's like, I'm free, and I'm grown now, and like, I'm grown now, you know, watch out, world, I'm grown now. Like, that's early 20s, you know what I'm saying? And you kind of have responsibilities, but not really have responsibilities. And it's still where you're making mistakes, and all the mistakes that you're making have not yet caught up with you. Like, that's the brilliance of being in your early 20s, right? It's like you're fucking up. You're fucking up real bad, but it's like all of the blowback has not hit you yet. And then when it's like mid-20s, late 20s, it's like, oh, shit, my life is fucked up. That's what it was for me. I don't know how it was for other people. How is learning French going? It's going. It's going. It's hard. I thought by now that I would be like, I thought I'd be able to have a conversation with like Emmanuel Macron, right? And like be perfectly fluent by now. That is not the case. But I am reading in French. A friend told me to start reading books in French. So now I'm reading The Myth of Sisyphus by Camus in French. It's just a hobby. I just needed a hobby. African parents don't allow you to make mistakes in your early 20s. Okay, Beyonce's School and Life tried to put us on. She did. How did you get over the blip in your late 20s? How did I get over it? Honestly, I feel like therapy and being more honest with myself. I also think like the thing that really fucked me up in my late 20s was I was holding on to all of these like fantasies about what I was gonna be and who I was, and it just was not real life, you know? And so getting more honest about my feelings and who I am, and like really doing the hard work to like really be honest about the fact that like if I didn't change shit, I was never gonna be happy. That's why I'm so grateful for the opportunity to even have access to mental health care and therapy. I'm grateful to have come of age in this time because I feel like Black women in particular are being more intentional about being honest about our experiences, being honest about things that maybe in the past we wouldn't have been able to say publicly or wouldn't have felt comfortable saying publicly. I feel like just having that opportunity has really helped me. And then I don't even know. It's like I'm trying to think about like really what flipped. I don't know, but like there was something about 30 was a little scary. Like turning 30 was a little scary when it's like, oh shit. But then there was something about turning 31 where I was like, oh, I'm a woman in my 30s. I'm not 30. I'm a woman in my 30s. So like we gotta make shit count, you know? Like, it's like, do I want to look back in 10 years and regret what I didn't do or what I didn't say or when I cover up, you know? I don't want to have any regrets cuz like life is like going. You know, before I know it, I'm going to be 40. Before I know it, my nieces are going to be legal adults. They're 8. It's like they were just born. It's crazy. Okay. But anyways, my early 30s are better because I'm just being more honest. I really feel like the honesty is it. I am not telling myself the same lies that I used to tell myself in my 20s. I'm not telling other people the same lies that I used to tell. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I am financially irresponsible and I'm an airhead sometimes and I have anxiety and I'm a hoarder and like I don't have the best relationship with my family. It's just all of this stuff, you know? And I'm working through that shit. I'm figuring that shit out. Kimberly is not perfect. Far from it. And I'm not trying to be. Do you have any advice for people navigating through their time in 20s, their mid-20s? I'm 25 now, and I'm going through it. You know, I made a little video about this. I'm 23 and already have my master's degree. And although people find it impressive, I kind of feel that I don't know how to spend those 7 years until I'm 30. I don't know. I mean, I felt pretty accomplished when I was in my mid-20s, but I just felt like I couldn't enjoy it or I couldn't... There was just something about how I just couldn't revel in it. You know, like I felt like I was doing stuff in my mid-20s and I had started for Harriet was more than started. For Harriet is 10 years old, so it was really growing and, you know, and people knew me and I was giving talks and all of this, but there was just something about that success that I just couldn't really live in because it felt so tentative. It's because I felt so tentative in my life. I felt so unsure and unsteady in my life and in who I was, and it's like I couldn't even enjoy anything at that time. Travel and live alone for a while. I will say that living alone, major key. I like that Black women are embracing therapy, but Black men definitely need to be socialized to do the same. Yeah, and somebody should talk to Black men about that. I mean, but I also say that, like, you know, in my interactions with men, a lot of them be in therapy and they're still fucking up. And it's like, what are y'all even learning? What is your therapist even teaching you? Is your therapist telling you that you're still fucking up right now? It's like, why even be in therapy if you're still gonna move through life causing havoc? Why even be in therapy if you're gonna continue to ruin people's lives? Like, I don't get it. You know? I think a part of for me, being in therapy is like, how can I do less harm? How can I do less damage to other people? I want to stop hurting myself, but I also want to stop hurting other people. And, you know, if we really gonna get into this, I feel like I have had so many encounters with Black men who have means and resources and access and talk about what they say to their therapist. And I'm like, but you still abusive. So what you talking about in therapy? You know, like, that's just me. It's just me, though. I think it also has to deal with the fact that some people do not want to acknowledge that they have flaws within themselves. Like, I think that with women, because we are always ridiculed. Totally. Really sick. I'm still sick. Anyways, this is gonna go on the Substack, and it's gonna go up on my own little YouTube page, Kimberly Nicole Foster. So if you missed it, you can check it there. Antihistamine pills and ginger tea. Bye guys. Have a good rest of your day. Talk to you later. Bye.
All right, I know I had to abruptly stop the video because I was melting down, but I just want to say that I'm not going to interview somebody in a bra. I'm not going to do a perfectly scripted, serious video in a bra. I'm talking to you from my bed in a bra, and that's it. I'm still going to make For Harriet videos and be serious feminist over there, but I'm all of these things. So I'll see you later. Bye.